Okay, I'm going to show you how to not that. Get all of this together so you can get this. I'll give you the 2025 version. You're going to have to open up this project file in 2025. I had to go home and do it because the effects controls for the overlay for the names doesn't work. The last version it worked in was 2022, so I had to go back, and then I brought that back to school and I could figure out it does open in 2025. So I'll give you all this because I have the overlay, you can tell, and then on each of the names you got to have them centered first to have them at 4.5 seconds, and then it'll dissolve between each one. But on each one is the overlay, which is the clip name, and then I made a preset for it. It's centered. When they have a really long name, I have to adjust the size right here, otherwise it breaks the picture down. So most of them are around between 6 and 7%. So since it's a file name, I have to do it. I have to rename all the files once they're in here. So it's pretty time consuming. When I bring the files in, they're like this, but they have the .jpeg after them. Control-Z. So I have to actually go in and rename each one, but rename, I just hit the right arrow key and then backspace 4 times to take out the .jpeg. So it's like that when it comes in. I just hit rename and then that, and then I hit enter, it goes to the next one. So it goes kind of fast, but after about 550 names, it gets crazy. So then I have to go back and make sure I have all the periods off and that I didn't take the last letter off. But anyway, I also, after I get the pictures I get from Prestige are good. The pictures that somebody else takes, I have to go to Lightroom and polish them up a second to match the other ones, because you can tell from Prestige that that they do have the polished one, and it's pretty easy. Select this one, and Lightroom has a polished or glamour one, and you can do, and I just enhance it a little bit. And then once I get all of those, I Control A, then export all of them to a folder, and then I add them later on into, and then these are all, Ethan was, you can see over here in the layers, this is so confusing. I have the Prestige one in the background, so I have to bring all the other ones that somebody else shot, I bring them all in here. Like him, I would bring and copy it into here, and then I have to resize them, and I just Control T, and I'll make it fit to wherever that one was. And maybe a little bit smaller. I'm just trying to get them close to what there are. Whoever takes the newer pictures, Prestige makes a hat flat. And then whoever took these other ones, they're all up. Since they're already colored, adjustments, and then when she took them, I would have to go to the photo filler, and I would change it to a warming cooling filter, and it makes it just a little bit bluer. I've already done it once, and now it's double blue. But anyway, that's the part about the pictures. Prestige sends you the files. Make sure they send it to you just with the number.jpg. They'll send you a file with all of the graduates, and they'll have a .jpg name just like this. You'll get your master text file. Alright, so you get your master text file. So Control A, copy all of it. Control A, copy. Take it into the Excel file that I'm going to give you. You can just do another plus. Right click, paste special, Unicode, and it's going to give you all of the file information. So you don't need the first two columns, I just delete. And then you don't need anything after here, so scan all the way over. Delete all of those. Delete. So this is the first name, last name. Sometimes it's other order, last name, first name. So when it gets all of those, I copy those. You're going to copy those in this other spreadsheet that I give you. Okay, this one. So I wrote the things at the top for you. First name. So the new name. I did it all at once on this one. So it has J2, which is first. You have to have the quote mark. And then C2, last name. And then go back to I2, which is the comma and the space. Go back to D2, which is the first name. Then go back to E2 and add the .jpeg file. And then back to J2 to put the quote. And then when you get all of that, it looks like this with add the rename. So once you do all of that, you're going to copy and paste all the renames. I just do another sheet. So it's right here. You'll copy and paste. Let me see, do that one. Just copy all of these. So she'll send you, or whoever prestigious, copy. And it makes like 2 or 3 backups, because if you mess it up, you're kind of screwed. So I put it in my download folder. And on this one, color all to rename all the files. Click here, delete, and then type in CMD for your command prompt. And then you'll just paste all those in there. And you can see it renamed all of the files. And then these are all just the prestige files. The other 96 I got from Miss Knife, I had to go in each one individually and add. That's why when I got those in, I renamed them .jpeg, and then I would save them directly into the same folder that these were in. Again, it has to be the same size. Once I got those in, that's when I took them back to the ones that she showed. You got to take the Lightroom first, then Photoshop, put them all in that PSD and layer to make sure they're all the same size. And then you go. That's when you go into Premiere. And again, just make a copy of this one or multiple copies of it. And then all you really have to do is, before you do anything, file, edit, preferences, make sure your change is still imports to 4.5 seconds timeline. Default still images. Make sure you put like 5 seconds is too long for names. You can do 4 to 4.5 for each one, and then they each have 1 delay. So I want to make a copy of this. You highlight it here, reveal in project, over here, duplicate. You'll see you have a copy. So now that you have a copy, backslash, delete. So lock everything else, music. And this one you're going to import, make a new folder, grads. So right click, import, go to that folder you had. This is where I put them all. Hit 1, Control A, open. It's going to import them all. I got one merged layer in there because that's my overlay. And then make sure they're in order. So if you hit name up, name down in this format, highlight the bottom one, hold down shift, control the bottom, just shift the bottom one, and you can drag them to this timeline. So that you can see they're all centered. Go back to the original one. I'll Control S and save as much as you can. Go back to the original one. On this one, go back to Effects Control. You can see it's highlighted. So clip name. You got to do this one first before you move them over. It's not going to work. Control C, copy. Go back to here. Highlight all of these. Again, just lasso. Paste. And now you can see the names up there. But you can see they have all the JPEGs. So Control S and save. We'll go back to the first one. Deselect all of them. That one's a long one. So all I have to do is right click, enter, right arrow right, enter. So it gets all of that. You'll have to repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. So once you get that done, go back to this one. Now this time you're going to do motion. Highlight it because it's already scaled down to fit behind the template. Control C. Go back to this one. Lasso all of them again. Control V to paste. So now they're all moved over. So when I unlock this, put the eyeball on, they pretty much line up. And you have to go sit there and take all the JPEGs off. But it should fit just like that. Again, on this one for the next year, if you call up this one, and if you right click on the template, just lock the bottom one just in case. Right click, it should be edit in Photoshop, but where the hell did it go? Alright, you can just edit in Photoshop and change it to 26, or you can make a new background. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Once you do have them, if you hit Control D, that'll add your dissolve. And then I hit home on my keyboard, take the first dissolve off, highlight it, delete, hit end on your keyboard, same thing, the very last one, delete, backslash, and there's all of them. On there you're going to have a lot of questions. I went through this, get the list from your book, back everything up, text file to Excel, and then rename the files like I said. I talked about adding the space and the comma. I get a master list from Shannon. Sort of before I do this part to Premiere, I go through the list. I either print this out or go through the list. Make sure, because these are made in August and September, and there's usually 8, 10 that are already left school. So I'll take those out. I'll delete the non-active kids. I actually go into Skyward to make sure they're non-active. And then when you resize and put the other ones in, I just put them in here. This won't show the ones I redid, but from whoever sends them to you.